Do you know one of the biggest breakdowns in the dog-human relationship? That we expect our dogs to just know how to walk politely by our side, in a straight line, at a human pace, on a human schedule, without even realising what a huge ask that is. It's why so many dog owners never successfully get their dog to walk on a loose leash, and they resign themselves to a lifetime of miserable walks. Not only do we have an ethical responsibility to our dogs to understand why they find loose lead walking so hard, but when we do understand it, loose lead walking finally becomes possible. Hi, it's Katie, dog fanatic, coffee addict, and your guide to stress-free dog walks. If your dog pulls on the lead, barks, lunges, ignores your recall, or wants to say hello to everyone and everything, you're in the right place. There are such simple things you can do to make your dog calm down, listen to you, and behave like a superstar. Nothing will boost your confidence quicker so that you can enjoy relaxing walks with a dog you're proud of. Welcome to Stress-Free Dog Walks. Welcome back! This is the second episode in my loose lead walking series. It's all leading up to my brand new loose lead walking training event, which you are invited to. It's online, so you can take part from wherever you live in the world, and it's free. I'm showing you exactly how to handle pulling, lunging, and obsessive scent trailing so you can feel in control on walks. You'll learn a toolkit of practical techniques that you can use immediately out there on your everyday local walks, even if nothing has worked before. I'll pop the link in the show notes. I'll be there. My team of trainers and behaviorists will be there. We'll be giving you personalized advice about your dog, and my amazing community of stress-free dog owners will be there as well. Again, the ticket link is in the show notes, and I can't wait to see you there. Because they've lived with us for millennia and they are the best companions, it's easy to take our dogs for granted and overlook that we actually are two completely different species, each with its own very different needs. I call this the species clash. It's a clash because we expect our dogs to seamlessly fit into our very human world with its very human rules that don't naturally apply to dogs. They do such an amazing job of this, bless them, at adapting to our very alien ways. And I think it's precisely because they do such a good job that us humans don't go anywhere near the same lengths to adapt our world to fit them. We don't meet them anywhere near the middle. We just expect them to fit in with us, and anything less than seamless is viewed as a failure, as a behavior problem. The majority of dogs even live with humans who haven't learned their language. We English speakers have a terrible reputation for that around the world, don't we? Expecting everyone to understand English, and unfortunately the human race extends that same arrogance to our dogs. So we have this situation where we don't really understand the dogs who spend their entire lives with us, but here's where it gets a little bit alarming from an ethical standpoint. We don't understand them, yet we control everything they do. We control everything about their lives, where they walk, what they eat, who they meet, and even if, when, and where they go to the toilet. Our dogs are living in an incredibly human-centric world, and us humans are becoming increasingly less aware of what it means to be a dog. I truly believe that when we take a dog into our home, we have an ethical responsibility to learn as much about them as possible so that we can make sure that their needs are fulfilled. Because if we don't, they'll be out of balance, and obviously none of us want our dogs to suffer, to feel stressed, frustrated, dysregulated, but we also don't want the behavioural consequences of an unbalanced, unfulfilled dog, i.e. the pulling, the lunging, and the barking. Nowhere does this problem show up worse than in dogs who pull on the lead. Expecting your dog to ignore smells, sights, sounds, squirrels, it's not just unrealistic, but unnatural. Loose lead walking, the way that we picture it, a dog trotting calmly, at heel, not pulling, checking in, matching your pace, it's not dog behaviour, it's just human convenience. We've taken this deeply instinctual, sensory-rich activity, the dog walk, and controlled, managed, and trained it to an inch of its life. We don't realise just how much we're asking of our dogs when we train them to walk on a loose lead. But if your dog is especially excitable, anxious, reactive, Loose lead walking is especially hard for them because their nervous system is already overloaded. This means they have less capacity for learning, focus, or self-control, making loose lead walking even more unreasonable for them. You wouldn't expect a child to walk past a theme park without wanting to go in, or a teenager not to check their phone the whole day. And I wouldn't ask you not to stroll through a 5-star buffet and not to smell the food. And yet we expect our dogs, who perceive the world through movement and scent, to just switch all of that off because we said heel, which most people don't teach correctly anyway. Heel, heel, heel. And the dog's like, well, I didn't know what you meant the first time you said it because you've never actually taught me it, but say it 1,000 more times anyway. Not a lot of communication and plenty of expectations. Okay, unnatural, yes. Huge ask, yes. Do they still need to do it? Yes, yes they do. Because when your dog walks on a loose lead, it benefits everyone. They get to go for longer, nicer walks to interesting places, and they get to feel happy and fulfilled when they go home. You get to relax and enjoy the walk pain-free, your step count goes up, your physical and mental health improve, and you open up the rest of your family's world as well, four-legged or two, to fun, freedom, and adventure. So yes, there's a lot at stake, and that's why I think that loose lead walking is one of the most important skills a dog can have. But there must be a compromise. You train them to walk on a loose lead, you allow them to fulfill their needs. They repay your compromise by loose lead walking even better. Because when your dog has safe, controlled opportunities to satisfy their doggy needs, they no longer yank you around trying to find it themselves. They're happy, satisfied, and yes, better behaved. I see a dog out walking most mornings. Now, this dog does walk beautifully to heel right beside their human. Clearly, lots of training has gone in. At first glance, you'd think that this duo had this whole dog walk thing nailed. And yes, they do. When it comes to walking a dog, it's the most perfect example of a dog walking. A dog walking. That's it. That's all they do. The human walks, the dog walks, and walks, and walks, and walks. That's it. The dog doesn't stop to sniff or explore. They don't sniff while they're walking, they don't change pace, they don't pause. That's it, just walking. That's a human interpretation of a perfect dog walk. When we go for a walk, whether it's for fitness or mental health, we tend to just keep walking. After all, we have our eyes to enjoy the view, so we're enriched. But what is this dog getting? Well, they're walking, so they're gaining some physical exercise, but exercise is just one part of it. Dogs need to sniff, they need to explore, they need to mooch and change pace and stop and start. So we need a whole new classification for this activity that we've mislabeled walk the dog. In Scent Venture, we call it sniff the dog instead. So yes, it's time we started meeting our dogs somewhere near the middle, understanding and fulfilling their needs. They walk on a loose lead, that's a human need. In return, you allow them to meet their needs as a species, and they will loose lead walk even better for you. The species clash becomes a species symmetry, and that's how you'll have stress-free walks. Club Dogwood, you can follow the 4 compass points for this: scent, exploration, environment, and partnership. Do one short activity from the 4 compass points on each walk. Your dog's needs sorted. If you're not a Club Dogwood member, then join me at my upcoming loose lead walking training event, where I'll be sharing everything you need to walk your dog on a loose lead, including step-by-step demos of my most effective training techniques. They're quick and simple, and you can easily follow along at home and out there on your everyday walks, even if you're brand new to dog training. The event is online and free, with a totally optional upgrade to VIP for extra workshops with me. They're going to be amazing. I'll pop the registration link in the show notes. It's the 2nd year we've done this now, and last year was phenomenal. Dog owners finally getting a loose leash for the first time ever. Again, the link to register your free place is in the show notes, and I can't wait to share this with you.